The top amateur softball talent in the country travels to Colorado during this fun, intense week of competition for the Colorado 4th of July. We've got an 18U Power Pool Championship from the Christopher Fields in Westminster, Colorado. We've got Houston against Iowa, the Strykers National, Esparza against Iowa Premier 18U National. Both of these teams have had a next pitch, ripped to right at Aldridge. This time she'll make the catch. The wind didn't affect that liner. And that's how this game begins.
Nice catch by Aldridge. This is deceivingly a hard play to make. Also nice job behind the plate by Esparza to really frame that one.
Saw flare, poked out to second. How about another good play? Estrello had to come charging in, almost a do or die. If it hits the dirt, it's probably going to be a base hit. This is Lawson, the shortstop, Mattea Lawson. Ground ball up the middle, and there's Colorado for you. Put it in play. Even on the infield, you might get that hard infield that was just watered maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Wind's howling here in Westminster. That might also try and keep some of these big sluggers in the yard. And there's another pitch, again, down and out, just to see if maybe Goose might chase.
He will attack, get a hold of it.
Wagoner, Oklahoma, hometown of Goose, and she will expand that zone and go after it. That's a big K from Williams. So Iowa Premier gets a base hit. They do not score. More often rolling, heading to the bottom of the first in her 18U.
Ball down in the zone. She has a great drop ball, and as well as an off speed. Only a junior, but like you said, already committed to play in the SEC. They get a quick out.
King tried to go around the tag of Edwards, unsuccessful, and that's how the first out is recorded here at the bottom of the first inning.
And we had mentioned the big offense from Iowa, but the Strykers bring it as well. Coach Esparza said that they have just been spot on. They've made adjustments throughout the weekend. Their power hitters have come in clutch. And they'll have to look for that against a nice solid pitcher.
The Strykers offense against Morton in the circle for Iowa Premier. That clipper on the elbow, it did. It doesn't have to hurt to count, and Esparza will become the first base runner here for the Strykers.
And we saw Morton go in. The Midwest is a little unrepresented. Coming from Indiana myself, I played in that. But this Strykers team, they said he created this team because these players didn't look like everyone else. They have a chip on their shoulders, and I'm excited to see it. To the people in the stands, the college coaches out there, how you handle yourself mentally in the circle when things get tough.
I have to have a short memory at times, as Gracie King draws the walk to begin the top of the second. I would say at any level, any league, any style of play, walks.
But a great job of just fending that pitch off. She goes back to it here.
She does indeed. Linda Muth at third base will make that play. She got to that ball almost immediately from third. The sacrifice is executed. And Edwards, the former University of Nebraska at Omaha player.
Great patience. Great battle at the plate between these two.
And takes one down and out. She really worked that sequence to get the walk on this. Aaron's going to the University of Northern Colorado, running at first. First and second. There's a ground ball to third. That is a foul ball picked up by Linda Muth, but just to the left of that blue base on the ball chop by Whitney Holcomb. One out in the inning. Another bunt try, but I think that's an offer. The throw down hits. Pinch runner who had to kind of crawl back into the base. I think Johnson's okay. Next pitch to Holcomb, rides a little bit up and out, but the ball wasn't caught cleanly. The throw to third skips away when the runner's trying to advance. Johnson home to score the first run for Iowa Premier. And that's not how the Strykers drew things up, but the ball got away, and then it was going to be an easy advancement.
And this one just going off the glove of Esparza behind the plate. This was a tough one. Probably one that she's going to wish she had back. And as soon as she saw her taking off the third, she probably could have held it. And now more trouble for the Strykers team.
Holcomb shoots one out into right field, but Aaron's.
So having to make several different types of adjustments in the circle.
Liner off the glove of Williams. Out at first, but another run will score. A 1-4-3 play, but an RBI. That ball's caught. Who knows if there's a possibility for a double play, but that previous swing. See how close this was, maybe, Kelsey, to being a catch.
You see Houghton reaching out for this one and just going off the tip of the glove of Williams. Nice job defensively by the second baseman, Estrella. But again, Williams handing out a couple free passes this inning. 2 walks, a hit by pitch. They've come around to hurt this team.
Paige Rummins hit the soft liner to second. We're going to have a throw to the plate. Now, what do you want to do? Do you risk the throw to third? They will. Good catch by Lindemuth. The throw home, and the pitcher Williams applies the tag. That got a little bit treacherous, but well executed by the Strykers, Kelsey, to end the inning. Houston, you would say mosquito and not just another insect, but be a pest. Work the count as best you can. That one's popped up, foul ground. Hutchins at third will make the catch to retire Matthews with the first out. But recently, and Coach Esparza said people are wondering, hey, why haven't you won games? Well, he sent a lot of his 2025s to an event that were uncommitted. Ground ball back to the circle, and Huffman retired. He wanted to get them exposure early. It's one event to the next. It's a week-long event in Colorado. More to come later on. That one's hooked softly into right for a base hit. So Aldrich gets the 2-out single. That's the first hit for the Strykers.
Yeah, in the circle. Morton's been
from Brazos Wood, maybe off to Tennessee. And speaking of Tennessee pitchers, we're going to visit with one soon. There's a ground ball up the middle. Will the play be made? How about the field and the flip? Wolford to Lawson, nicely done.
That was a tough ball up the middle. Great job by Wolford. Made the right angle to get that play. Also getting in her hands to make the flip.
Becoming a veteran of the Colorado 4th of July.
I'd say so.
Paige Rummins wears the first pitch of the inning. Williams has been working into these righties. That one sounded like it hit the kneecap. I would say there's a pretty good bunt to third base. Lindemuth. She's made 2 really nice plays, just quickly getting to those sacrifices to make the effort.
She's made them look really easy.
Pitch, we thought she would come in early, and she's in the game, in the circle. And Hutchins willing to work her walk, so a hit batter, and Estrella is at second. Does that cause any confusion? Ground ball up the middle, into center for a base hit by Gracie King. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's a good one, but not in time. Scoring is Rummins on the base hit from King. She walked and scored earlier, but she makes a 3-0 Iowa premier.
Great job by Gracie King to come up to the plate.
This is Allison Edwards, dropped on a sacrifice bunt. Her only time in last inning.
So you see, just pokes it right off the end of the bat, follows through. Huffman out in center field trying to. The Mavs having a great season.
Off the fist. This one will carry, but the shortstop Matthews backs up to make the catch and rounding West Des Moines.
Yeah, surely a lot of Caitlin Clark fans out in Iowa. A great role model for these women to look up to.
Nice job by King to run down that foul ball by Cassie Johnson, but Iowa Premier, 1 hit through 2 innings. Updating, she's given up another hit, a single to center by Nava to begin the 3rd inning.
Yeah, way to start things off with the number 9 hitter, Nava. That was the other passion. Do it for your team. Step up in the big moments and be the reason for your team.
Ground ball to short, Lawson flips to second for 1. Able to get the lead runner in a force. Retiring Morris, the pinch runner. Just graduated. She grounds 1 to second. Will this be 2? There's 1 on to first. Double play. Well, it's hard to turn double plays, but it's not impossible.
You didn't get it the first time. Why not the second? The Iowa defense show.
Back in the second. On the ground sharply to short. Matthews with a nice backhand. How about that strong throw? What a play.
Great play by Matthews over at shortstop. That was a hard hit ball off the bat of Holcomb. Lean.
Right now, if Iowa Premier can tack on another run or 2, they'll be sitting at a pretty good spot. I know big innings always possible here. Helton will wave and miss. Lindemuth gets the K.
It's going to be a little bit too much digging a hole the Strykers can't get out of.
That ball smoked into the gap in left center field for a base hit by Wolford. Hitting for the third time. She's lined to right. She was hit by a pitch. Saydale High School product. Popped up. Wins working that ball away from. Premier. Lawson is singled and dropped down a sacrifice. Little soft pop up here to Matthews, will be caught for the first out. Tell you what, Peyton Gottschall's had a day. First of all, she barely made her flights. We put the headset on her, and then all power was lost. But you've made it.
Very blessed.
This young lady, by the way, might be the best player in the class of 2027. So all she does is smoke home runs, and they're doing the best they can to stay away from her. I'm curious, when you're facing some of these veteran hitters back in the third inning, facing Stussy here in the fifth. Hard hit, backhanded. Nice effort by Matthews. How about that throw to first base? She's made a couple of really nice plays. Players, a few of these young ladies, like in this game, will be off to college soon. And there's a ground ball to third, and the play will be made. So I'm going to have to save that question for the next half inning. We'll step aside. Iowa Premier doesn't.
Into college.
I don't know if there really was one, because I always wanted to practice. I was always going and doing stuff on my own. So I think that could be the biggest thing, is you have those practices, but you also have to go and do stuff on your own if you want to get gone through that process. So just understanding that piece of it is everybody's going through the same thing, and I think that's what makes college so great, is everybody's been there.
But that comebacker off the bat of Estrella, handled easily by Morton, and there's.
It was just so surreal, because it was like we all made it.
I like that. Ground ball to short. Should end the inning, and the tag is applied, and it will. So, Peyton, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Fun.
Peyton Gottschall on a break from Athletes Unlimited.
And especially cool for these young women to see softball at the next level as well.
Hey, that's a fair ball. Barely in front of the plate. Nothing irritates a hitter more than hitting a ball about 8 inches. Talent, except those of us who keep scorecards with 30 players on each team. But we'll do our best. Little soft pop-up. Soft contact has been the name of the game.
It's a good problem to have with all that talent.
We're 6 now.
Yeah. They put those on early back in the second inning and just started to get a nice lead for them that they've held on to. Really silence these Strykers bats.
That's a 1-2-3 inning for Iowa Premier, so time running short for the Strykers. They committed to Mississippi State. Emma King will lead off. The Wisconsin commit. She's got the big Bucky Badger on the left side of her helmet. One pitch, one out. It's kind of the name of this game to this point. How about that slow spinner, though, for a strike?
That's a beautiful pitch from Morton. Just like that one. Caught a little bit too much at the plate, but great job her outfield's there.
One of the few balls that has even gotten close to the outfield. These pitchers have stayed away from the barrels, been able to get some soft contact and sister KK, part of the team. That ball's tagged to center field. Do we have our first home run? Yes, we do. Esparza breaks up the shutout with a line drive homer over the center field fence.
That is the spark the Strykers have been waiting to see. Esparza on the first pitch just takes this one dead center field. A line drive over the fence. As we take a look at the replay of this one. See the pitch from Morton, the off speed, just left a little too much of the plate on that outside corner, and Esparza makes her pay. We've been waiting to see a home run today. We finally get it here in the 6th inning. And all of a sudden, we had mentioned that 3-0 lead really felt more like a 5-6 lead. But now, the Strykers team only down 2 here in the 6th inning.
Good pitch. Called strike 3, so Morton bounces back with the K after giving up the home run to Esparza, shortening the game for Iowa Premier. He's probably had the best collective swings of anybody in this game. Through a couple of plate appearances and beyond. Might have jinxed her. Popped up. Wins will cause some problems, and she's going to get a base hit out of that. That base hit. Paige Rummins next in. And again, Iowa Premier going with some small ball. No throw to third base. Burtis looked up. Nobody was there. Garcia was charging as well from first.
Do a bases loaded situation. You're going to have to go after her, but this one behind the back, actually
Grazed her helmet.
Hit her.
Well, facing Hutchins with the bases loaded and no place to put her is not exactly the way you drew things up, but I guess that grazed the helmet of Lost.
Letting her walk sense.
No place to put Goose. That ball is smoked. How far will it fly and when will it land? My goodness! 4 will score on the grand slam from Goose Hutchins. The youngest player by far in this field, might just be the best player too.
Holy cow. Goose Hutchins absolutely smoked that ball.
That thing almost cleared the back fence.
One hopper. She already did it once. That's her 7th home run in 2 games here. You can see she is pumped up. A grand slam putting Iowa up 7-1 as we take another look at this one. The off speed right over the middle of the plate. Look at her way back on that. And look at her just absolutely unload on it.
Everybody watching knew with one swing right here, that was gone.
What a swing. You were talking about the bat speed. I mean, that was beautiful.
The only question, would it get to that back fence, and it probably missed by about 8 or 9 feet. And that, keep in mind, that's 307 feet. She hit that ball about 299 feet.
So far in the circle, they're a pitch by staff team. They had, like we mentioned, Teven Kavan last year, who had majority of the innings. Pitching was their main focus, but this year they have definitely shifted to offensive. It's a big part of it.
Popped up. Another play where an outfielder comes charging way in. That's Aldridge who will make the catch for the first out. She called off.
Now let's get a piece of it.
Stussy wins the battle. She invested in that outcome.
She was fired up with that one, waiting for that opportunity. She wants much needed.
Well, you see the wind blowing in the breeze right now. Stussy on that jersey as she pitches to Holcomb. Get a ground one into left for a base hit. So Iowa Premier will send up at least 9 this inning as Cheney Hilton heads to the plate.
First big hit, a home run in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a 2-run game. Iowa really stepped it up to put some runs on the board here, provide their team some insurance.
Right now the Strykers need an out. It's the way we like it in the marketing biz. It's a wave and a miss. Inning ends. Boy, Kelsey, though, we saw one more as the credit. Brinkley Morton has been outstanding. Matthews 0 for 2 in the game. 0 for 3. A liner right to third, right to Goose. That ball caught her, but she count remains full. In the air to center. You see the ball carry now. The wind's not howling in with quite the intensity they were before, and that ball starts to travel, but Hilton made the catch. Just 4 hits for the Strykers. In the air to right center field. This could do it. The catch is made, and Iowa Premier behind Morton and the Goose take down the Strykers 7-1. What a job by Brinkley Morton in the circle.
Yeah, Brinkley Morton, what a game. Holding this Strykers offense to just 1 run. Her defense behind her did the job. But just a complete game in the circle, hitting her spots, making it difficult for this Stryker team to produce any offense. But Iowa, on the other hand, got their offense rolling early. They had a 3-0 lead majority this way, but the hit, the grand slam from Goose Hutchins opened up this game for Iowa, giving that 6-1 win.
Congratulations to both of these teams, and we'll be interested to follow them throughout the course of their week.